Neds coming to you live on Sky Sports from beautiful Hamburg, Germany. Second round action of the World Cup of Dance. Time to meet our players. Representing Team Poland, please welcome Chmielewski and Stróżyk. And representing Team Wales, two former champions of the world, Mark Webster and Richie Burnett.
Chmielewski, Stróżyk, Wales against Poland. We need our first doubles match of the afternoon. Wait and see. Wales, Poland, Singapore, South Africa still looking at the afternoon session. Australia, Hong Kong kicking off the evening from 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 2. Scotland, Sweden, England, the USA, and the Netherlands against Spain. This is the lineup then: Mark Webster against Chmielewski, Richie Burnett against Stróżyk. And a doubles if needed. Enjoying the darts, enjoying the World Cup. Let us know what you think. Twitter at Sky Sports Darts, the place to be. Join the thousands that are joining us day by day. Stuart Pike in commentary, and it's a very warm welcome to John Park. John.
Well, thank you, Dave. Yes, and it's nice to be here in some capacity still. Enjoyed my time playing yesterday, unbelievably. We were disappointed to lose, but we get on with things now today in a different light, and it's really, it is an exciting event, and I am excited to still just be here as a commentator, share some opinions. I think this is an interesting match if they perform these teams like they did yesterday, Stuart.
Well, yes, Poland causing one of the big upsets on the opening day in the very first match. They took out last year's semi-finalist Finland, and two total unknowns in Chmielewski and Stróżyk.
Wales will throw first. Game on.
Really, really well. Winning 4 out of the last 5 legs when it looked like Komula and Harvisto had the match all won for Finland. Wales will guard against complacency here.
140.
And of course now with the singles format, that's the real challenge for this Polish team. Can they perform by themselves on the big stage? And that's a good start there. Answer that question. Chmielewski really showed he can handle pressure yesterday.
43.
Had a nice finish to win the match, and looks composed, not too bothered.
Well, both of them, they played with no fear. They just went up there and enjoyed their darts and threw some decent darts, didn't they? That was one of the big upsets. Wales were nearly on the receiving end
60.
of an even bigger upset when they trailed France 2-0, and they had to win the last 2 legs, the last one against the throw as well, to edge out the French 5-4.
100.
The French team were surprising. I didn't expect that level of competition, and to be fair, you should expect it from everybody. And, you know, as you go back in the years of darts, and it's a growing process we've been through, and these days you just get surprised more and more.
60. Wales require 158.
It's also for many of the top players who we see all the time on Sky Sports, it's a journey into the unknown, because a lot of these players they've never heard of before.
61. $55. Wales require 100.
So treble 20. And tops. to ease into this. Double 10. Well, I don't think he's too happy about letting Chmielewski have this opportunity at 106. Yes, there's a treble the first set. So a single to leave double. It's double top.
66.
Well, decent
Well,
down.
20.
Wasn't too far away. Can't miss here, Mark. Good
Games
down.
on the first leg. So Wales.
On the mark.
Second leg is
On the ball.
First
Webster
game.
leads 1-0. Yeah, you'll be disappointed that you weren't kicking off proceedings this afternoon after losing
140.
to Japan. 7 match darts. Very frustrating, John.
Well, it certainly is. Anytime you have match darts and you don't win, but I felt that Japan played as well as us, probably better, and they probably deserved the win. Because we stole some legs early where they missed a few doubles, and just how it all worked out in the end. You say, oh well, and you hope for a better result next year, and you hope to be here next year.
Mark Webster reached the quarterfinals of the World Championship. Gave Michael van Gerwen a real run for his
59.
money, eventually losing only 5-3, and wasn't far away from making it 4 sets apiece. But he's had a disappointing 2014 so far, Mark Webster.
100.
Just looking back, away from the TV event, just one quarter-final on the Pro Tour, which Webster will be the first to admit is a disappointing return. But he seems to come
40.
alive for the World Cup of Darts, Mark Webster. Means a lot.
Well, I think that's a British trait, especially with the history of darts and competition inside of the UK, and you always see that. The Welsh teams, Scottish teams, English teams, Irish teams, they have that pride, and they get their best games out there. They really know what it means to represent
Only require 80.
their nation, and it means a lot.
Look at this, 2 double tops. Double 19 instead. Well, that's
Games on the
you don't
second
see that
leg.
very often. Tops, double 1, double 19, but he found a way. Excellent.
Yeah, 3 double finish. Not intentional. Only meant to do 2.
59.
All the pressure on Webster because he's expected to win. And the Polish number 1, Chmielewski, is piling the pressure on Mark Webster here.
I think he might need to get out more in the future and play some of our tour events somehow. Seems to have a game.
43.
Well, Chmielewski and Stróżyk, who we'll see in a little while against Richie Burnett, will give it a go and try and qualify for the Ali Pali, and he's hit 5 perfect darts. Well, this is remarkable! Amazing! Chmielewski on a 9-darter at the World Cup of Darts.
It is incredible. And this is for a break. I'll throw that as an add-in.
Only require 141.
Well, this would be brilliant. Well, unlucky. What he has succeeded in doing is getting the crowd firmly on his side.
Well, and in this short match where it's first to 4, a break
105.
early on here could really settle things down in his favor, and he's going to get that chance.
I think we've just seen why he is the Polish number 1. As I was saying, they will try and qualify for the Alexandra
81.
Palace. There's an Eastern European
96.
qualifying event later in the year, and Chmielewski will be there.
Well, if he isn't, it'll be a good player that beats him.
Games on the third leg. To Poland.
11 darter
Fourth leg is
to Poland
Poland
and Wales to
first.
throw.
Game on.
Important to get a good start in this leg, though. There's a lot of adrenaline probably went through him there, although he looks quite calm still.
80.
All right, he held his nerve, but he gets unlucky, Hopefully that doesn't rattle him.
But Webster just can't score. 98.5 average for Chmielewski.
59.
Mark Webster is averaging 73. he has problems. Wales have a fabulous record in this tournament. 2 semi-finals and a final.
96.
We remember little Barry Bates with Mark Webster in the first final in 2010. And teaming up with Burnett
60.
to lose semi-finals in 2012 and 2013 to England. Last year, I think they lost in a last leg in the doubles to the English. Shake of the head, frustration.
125.
Well, they tend to get a very consistent and good effort out of themselves, the Welsh.
57.
And they play as a team. They do a good job of that. There's no stars. They are stars, but inside of the team there isn't a star. You know, they just play darts and they want to win. They're equally happy
60.
for the other to do well, and that's really a winning combination in this sort of format.
Well, as John suggested,
70.
he had to follow up that
Wales
brilliant
won
11 darter
161.
with a hold of throw here, and Chmielewski's made it difficult for himself.
Well, that bounce out that didn't quite hit the floor, but it was hanging. I think the first turn just takes that
57.
momentum away, and you feel like it's not your fault, and sometimes that's not a good thing, because then you tighten up a bit, and it's almost better just to have had a 60.
100. Wales won 104.
Good chance for the break now for Mark. It's treble though.
Well, he likes double 12. The trouble would have left double 12.
Poland required 95.
Well, we know Chmielewski likes 38, so he might hit 57 to leave it. No, he's gone.
Well, that's unlucky.
Yeah, treble at 19 now would leave double 16, but now
79.
So, an excellent chance now for Webster.
That was unlucky for the pole. Tops for Webster. Good
Games
dart.
on the board.
Aggressive dart.
2-1.
Breaks back. 2
And
all.
takes Wales to throw first. Game on.
And now for Mark to hold his throw would put him a leg away from winning this mini match.
Well, it certainly helped, hasn't it?
100.
It certainly helped the confidence. That one double has been given a real scare, but that one double seems to have made all the difference for Mark Webster.
Well, maybe he has it in mind as well to try and get a chance for the 9-darter. When you see it ahead of you, it puts it in your own mind. I can do that. And he wants to. Mark saw one before up close when I hit him at the match.
140.
He did win the match, though. I'll give that to him.
How many players hit the 9-darter and then lose the game?
140.
More than 50%, possibly.
Yeah, well, when I hit mine, I think I was already down 6-1 or 7-1 or something, so I don't think that was such a big shock. I lost 10-8 at the end.
I was going to say, you got it back to 8, didn't you?
59.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad after all, but I wouldn't say because I hit the 9-darter it caused me to lose. That certainly gave me a chance, actually.
60. Wales require 122.
6 darts if he needs them.
Yeah, sometimes you just go for 20s, and that's what he does. He had no intention of just trying to get it out on the bowl or something. He'll go bowl here. Yes,
90.
leave 32. An excellent visit to leave a double. Chmielewski can only watch and hope, and great adjustment, second dart, to try and get some
68.
pressure. But the third dart lets him down. Now that's he's on a 2 treble to double out shot as opposed to just the 1.
Double 8 for Webster. I
Games on
have
the
to say
big
as
man.
well, fair play to Mark Webster, the way he's responded. Deserves a lot of credit after that. With those 6 perfect darts from his opponent, Chmielewski with an 11-darter and a break of throw to lead 2-1, and Webster has pooled that massive well of experience, hasn't he, over the last couple of legs. Excellent darts from the former Lakeside world champ, of course.
Well, of course, yes, and he has the experience, but I think also he got a good reality lesson yesterday. Don't underestimate
60.
anybody. Don't be surprised by what anybody does against you. The French certainly did. If they didn't beat them, but they gave them that lesson. You know, you have to give your best
92.
against them, no matter who you face on there. Otherwise, you run the risk of being knocked out.
Well, the winner of this tie will face either Australia or Hong Kong in the quarterfinals on Sunday.
100.
Well, I think that fourth leg was all important, wasn't it, when Chmielewski had the darts for a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, but Mark needs to get a good punishing turn here, and he's doing just that. If he'd let off
140.
Chmielewski there, it could have possibly been a comeback, but I think now, with that good solid turn, the focus is gone for the pole.
60.
Good stuff from Webster. They certainly haven't been poles apart, but Webster, with the experience,
95.
looks like getting to the winning line.
100. Wales require 106.
Oh, we saw Chmielewski miss tops for this one earlier. Mark might go the same way. He'll have a dart for tops for the match.
66.
It's okay, you'll be back. 184, you cannot finish. You can rattle a cage or two, though.
108.
Well, he's in a 180. Why not?
Wales
Why
require
not?
40.
Now, is there pressure here on Webster? 3 match darts missed. 4
20.
match darts missed. And that
Wales require
180
4.
really did put the pressure on John.
Well, yeah, and he knows what he needs to do. Double 2. You don't want to have to go to double 1. That's not a bad marker, just a little more up.
No score.
And
Wales require
not likely
20.
to see another chance, you wouldn't think. I think Webster probably settled down by now after 4 darts missed. And that is a good marker to move in alongside. You might be wondering, can I hit it? It was in.
No score.
It was
You
in.
can see the hole
It was in.
right
Wales
along the
require
wire. But
4.
the flight caught enough of the other flight that stopped it getting into the board and penetrating.
Well. Drama in
No
Hamburg.
score. Wales require 20.
I think you should just go for 2 double 5s at this point. But double 10 it is.
8 match darts. 9 match darts.
Just-
Double 7.
13.
10 match
Wales
darts.
require 4.
It's fair to say that the nerves have been shot out here.
No score. Wales require 7.
Well,
Well, now he's got to hit a single now. He's been struggling to hit doubles. Now he has to hit a single. And how nervy does he feel now? What's the 3? Good job there. That'll probably help him now for this double 2. Double 1. Yet another match start.
wow,
5.
unbelievable.
Wales require 4.
I think he's missed 13 darts for the match here, Mark Webster. And Chmielewski takes it to a deciding leg. Oh dear, Webster has the darts. But what will those 13 match darts missed do for Webster's confidence?
Well, it might make him want to try and leave double 16. Stay away from those numbers because it's fresh in his memory that just wouldn't go in there.
96.
He wants to get into that 16s or 8s and 4s, that side of the finishing table. You really do want to have a fresher target. I mean, of course, if it comes up and works out that way where he's on tops, well, that's where he's going to be. And I know he prefers it normally, but I think after that nightmarish finish to the leg there, that he'll try to avoid it.
80.
Well, a bounce out we can't afford, and here we go. Just a little bit of a delay when releasing the dart.
Well, it was Chmielewski there in the last leg, had that 80 near the beginning of the leg and was a little unlucky. And now fate's paid Webster back.
Well, this is... Well, it just shows what can happen. I seem to remember you missing a lot of match darts at the UK Open recently, and
yeah, it was fantastic to get so many opportunities.
well, I'm sure that's not what Mark Webster is thinking right now.
85.
He's just really struggled at the moment, isn't he? I think his thought process has been affected massively by all those misses, 13 of them.
94.
And the pull down to 74 left. And Webster wants a 140 to leave tops to pressure it. And that could just get him across the line because only one dart probably for the pull. Now, yeah, Webster on tops. So, a great finish here to this match. 2 darts for double 16.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Chmielewski beats Mark Webster after the Welshman has 13 match darts to wrap it up for Wales. Poland are on the verge of another big upset. For Wales now, it all rests on the shoulders of one Richie Burnett.
Oh, it's a nervy affair. Krzysztof Chmielewski of Poland getting that elusive double after Mark Webster had missed 13 match darts. Poland taking a 1-0 lead. 6 perfect darts for Chmielewski as well on the way to a 9-darter. Didn't quite manage that. Poland 1-0 up. Earlier on, Northern Ireland 2-0 winners over Japan. Belgium 2-0 over Austria. Singapore, South Africa still to come in the afternoon session. Sky Sports 2. From 7 o'clock, Australia, Hong Kong, Scotland, Sweden, England, USA, and the Netherlands, Spain. Second singles match. John Parr and Stuart Pye, commentators.
Well, we're all just about getting our breath back after that incredible game.
First leg is Poland to throw first.
Poland knocked out last year's semi-finalist Finland. Can they knock out last year's other beaten semi-finalist, the Welsh? 13 match
81.
darts. I think by the end of it, Mark Webster had, well, his mind was muddled.
Well, saying that, his last turn of the board, he had 180 left, and he did the job. He put a great 140 in to pressure the Pole's shot and leave tops. But never got the chance.
140.
He had his chances the leg before, didn't he? And you know, you can't look back and say, well, I deserved another chance, because you already had your chance. So that's just the way it goes.
100. $54.
Bit of a slack turn there from the pole for Richie, a chance to jump on, but not getting a great jump here.
81.
Well, he said in the opening game that Wales work well as a team. They're going to have to if they want to win this.
Well, they struggled early yesterday against France, and in ways have struggled here today. That 180, brilliant timing. Really putting the screws into the Welsh psychology now.
83.
When you know your opponent can make all the shots, it is disarming. You're hoping they might struggle, like miss on the double 10 here, but he doesn't.
On the first leg.
There's concern now, and Richie, he's thinking, wait a minute, this guy, he only needs 3 more legs, and we're out. And he can make all the shots, so that leaves him only one option. He has to outplay him, he has to get his game going, and he's started this leg well with that first start. A little unfortunate the second.
140.
A great effort for Burnett.
59.
Well, much like Chmielewski, Stróżyk here is the Polish number. They're just playing with no fear. Going up there, throwing the darts. Familiar.
140.
Richie Burnett lurch. Still very effective.
100.
Yeah, it helps him with his focus somehow, the physical aspect of his game. Let's go of it at the very last. And he's really zoomed in as far as possible, seemingly.
100.
Well, beaten finalists in 2012. Wales, 2010 rather.
46.
Beaten semi-finalists 2 years ago and last year here in Hamburg. They've got it all to do, Wales, to stay in this World Cup.
But this is a truly class leg out of Richie Burnett to answer that opening
89.
leg. Stróżyk down to 32 after 12. He'll hope to
140.
put to bed the doubts about the Welsh hitting doubles here. Even though it wasn't him.
Game shot in second leg.
13 darter.
Third leg is Poland to throw first. Game on.
It sounds simple. It isn't. You'll know better than anybody. But all he's got to do is hold his throat, John. And
140.
Poland are in the quarterfinals.
Well, that's it. And look how well he's responded. Almost getting the 180. I think he had a deflection there. And to start the leg. Adversity. Both these players, Burnett and
60.
Stróżyk, they've come out and faced adversity, come back strongly. It's a good little match we have here. And we see the average is 99 each.
140.
Well, up to 102 for the pole. This is darts at the highest world level.
100.
Well, Stróżyk and Chmielewski were given very little chance coming into this match.
100.
In truth, Chmielewski should have had no chance whatsoever. But for all those misses from Richie Burnett, and it's completely changed the complexion of the tie.
100. Poland require 121.
Well, you know, Webster made those misses, but I think that the strength of
97.
Chmielewski's game just put that fear into Mark's mind, the doubt that if he missed, he might get punished, and it's a vicious circle, that psychology.
Oh, you're right.
So I think in a way, the pole
60.
did earn the opportunity.
Poland
It sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, he was lucky that Mark missed so many darts, but in the smallest way, earned that chance.
Double three.
No score.
Bust the score.
Showing
Good thinking.
Yep, showing a little bit of darts experience there. He knows enough. You don't leave a terrible number.
He nearly made a mess of busting it, didn't he? Hit the double A, nearly out the board.
134. Poland require 24.
Good dart.
Game's
No
on the
messing.
third leg.
Richie Burnett hardly walked
Fourth
past
leg is
him.
Wales to throw
Going
first.
back down the stage before
Wow.
the winning dart went in.
Not only did he hardly walk past him, but Richie Burnett hit a great big score to pressure the shot, and the pole took no notice. Bang, I'm out. I mean, Richie has to feel like this guy is tough. This guy's very tough.
180.
He's throwing strong, he's mentally strong, and he's going to take work to beat for
93.
Richie Burnett. He's going to need more big shots like that 180. But I think Richie, I think he loves it, really. I mean,
Well, I agree. When it's
85.
the old adage, isn't it? When the going gets tough, and they don't come much tougher than Richie Burnett on a big stage in World
yeah.
Darts.
but he'll be relishing this game. He'll be
27.
enjoying every minute of being pushed to the limit to defend Wales, and he'll get the best out of himself, and he has done. They both have.
This game encapsulates what the World Cup of Darts is all about.
70.
Plenty to spare in this leg for Burnett.
thing about darts is it's so accessible worldwide
56.
now. Everyone can watch it. Everyone can see the best darts on a very regular basis. They know what the best games are, and they know that's what they need to do themselves when they practice. And all by
59.
themselves in a room
Wales
somewhere,
require
a guy can
110.
get very good. You have to be able to handle it on stage, though, is a different story. That's what's impressive sometimes about these newer teams we see come in and have such great composure like this Polish team.
26.
Well, only 26. A 140 here from the pole would make it interesting.
You know, ironically, I think Richie got too far ahead in this leg, and some of the pressure came
41.
off, and he's just sort of
Wales require
went
84.
a little slack. I think he'll smarten up now and take this 84, though. He's got 69. He's got a choice. He could go the 19s way, or he could just go for any trouble, really. But we'll see what he does. Does he go for the bull? Probably not.
44.
Well, it's taken him 6 darts from 110 to leave a finish.
Well, but he hasn't been punished. But now, this is the shot that does pressure him.
100.
This is the must-hit
40.
turn. Because you got to expect your opponent to 100 out when they're throwing well, which the pole is. It's got a great marker at tops there now.
Games on the fourth leg. So Wales. This leg is Poland to throw first. Game on.
Well, are we heading for the biggest upset of this tournament? Or can Wales force a deciding doubles match?
100.
What a start to the leg. Just playing with belief.
And only 100 for Burnett to answer the 140. And the desperation, I think, starting to creep in, because he
41.
realizes now if Stróżyk wins this leg, it's just one more leg and Wales are gone.
Well, it's human nature that Stróżyk is possibly thinking about what he might be about to
100.
achieve. And that's what's happened, I think, John.
You know, well, we assume that these guys from Poland, they know all our players and everything else, but maybe Richie and Mark, you know, it sounds fantastic. Maybe they don't really know these guys all that much. Maybe they just play darts in Poland, and you just don't know how big a factor it is, the big time.
81.
You know, if they're intimidated by who they're playing. It doesn't seem like it. Maybe a bull third dart here would be good. No?
100.
Sometimes you want to get it to 96, just a little better leaves, because you might give yourself 2 darts for double on the next turn. That's a good little cheat. The third dart bull to leave yourself 196 instead of 101.
Wales require 101.
Now, key moments in this match, key moments in this tie. That's a beauty. To break the throw. Wales back in business. But it loves a scrap. That was terrific.
That's just absolute class.
Game on.
You know, and really under the worst kind of pressure. And now he is in a very comfortable spot of having to throw to try and level the overall match, to force us to the pairs, which, if it does happen, is certainly going to be a nervy affair once again,
41.
Stuart. You'd have to say it's all just bang, 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 and the nerves don't go away that fast.
100.
And that'll need to get a lot more than his first turn of 41. Consistent bowl,
99.
opening with a ton, showing he still means business. He's not giving this up. He wants to end it right now in this mini match.
60.
That's unlucky. 3 well thrown darts from Krzysztof Stróżyk. But it's advantage Bennett now. It's advantage Wales.
140.
He was nearly kicking his opponent in the shin with that last dart.
Well, he's
57.
really regrouped well after that 41 start. And Has it all in his own hands now. But somewhere Mark Webster is feeling a lot more relieved and better about the situation than he was about
54.
3 minutes ago.
Well, here we have the unusual, should we say, release of Burnett. Unlucky bounce out for the pole.
65.
But what he has is he has an accentuated follow-through, and a follow-through in any sport is good, isn't it? I mean, it keeps your stroke nice and true. You don't want your arm to stop too early and then end up, the dart doesn't go as far as it should. And a little bit of an opportunity here squandered by the pole. Doesn't even leave a finish.
Well, that 101 checkout in the fifth leg looks like being a match winner for Wales. Burnett looking at tops.
67.
But we'll be back to look at tops again.
Yeah, the infamous Welsh tops. Not that Richie's had a problem with it.
125.
But it might be in his mind what happened. You know, it's, you never still know what's in his mind right now. But I think he's just going to be aggressive. Certainly that one got away because he was aggressive. Good adjustment. He loves the match. Richie Burnett, class performance against another very strong pole in Stróżyk. But Richie got the job done for now. Wales are still alive. It's been iffy, but they can play darts, as they've proven year after year after year. We have a pairs match coming up to see if they still will be.
Richie Burnett saving the Welsh, that double top, meaning it's one apiece between Wales and Poland. It's a double decider. Who will make it through to the last 8 here at the World Cup of Darts? Our MC is John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who will find themselves in the quarterfinals. We're about to find out in the B-Wing World Cup of Darts. This is the decider. Please welcome back, representing Team Poland, Krzysztof Chmielewski and Krzysztof Stróżyk. And representing Team Wales, the 2 former champions of the world, Richie Burnett and Mark Webster.
Like a penalty shootout, isn't it? Doubles to decide who makes it through to the last 8 of the World Cup of Darts. As well, we've seen Northern Ireland 2-0 winners over Japan, Belgium 2-0 over Austria, 1 apiece between Wales and Poland. Singapore, South Africa will round off the afternoon session. The evening, Australia take on Hong Kong, Scotland with Ryan Thornton teaming up against Sweden, England, Lewis and Taylor against Team USA, in the Netherlands versus Spain. This match tied at 1 apiece. Chmielewski 6 perfect darts to a 9 darter. Mark Webster 13 match darts he missed, costing him that game. Richie Burnett 4-2 over Stróżyk. And this is how the draw pans out. Wales or Poland will play Australia or Hong Kong. England, USA against Singapore or South Africa. Pressure time on Wales, pressure time on Poland. Who will handle that pressure the best? Stuart Pike and John Pike, your commentators.
Well, thank you again, Dave. I think one of the interesting things we have to realize about this pairs match to decide
Looks like it's Wales to throw first.
is that the pace is different now. I mean, they've just got very comfortable in each of their matches, throwing very well in all cases, except the glitches at the match starts for Webster, but they got that pace down, and you get very comfortable at that. But now you're throwing every fourth time. That could be an effect on any one of these players, and it should be interesting to watch if they can maintain the quality we saw in the singles.
85.
Well, against Finland, the Poles won 4 out of the last 5 legs. From 3-1 down. Chmielewski held his nerve.
95.
Mark Webster lost his. And then it was a brilliant battling Burnett to keep Wales in the tie.
60.
Just what the tournament is all about. Playing as a team. But how much will those missed darts from Webster affect him here?
42.
It should be positive because, you know, he's been around a long time and he knows he has a chance at redemption. And, he should do well with that opportunity.
60.
Of course, it will be interesting if it gets to a key point in the match and he needs an easy double out. He knows all eyes will be on him. Can't avoid that.
$140.
Burnett is flying the flag for Wales at the moment.
81.
He's been unlucky, actually. He was unlucky during his game against Burnett. He had a lot of deflections into the single one. Stróżyk.
93.
Didn't seem to get too flustered by any of that, though.
No. Not a lot. Seems to bother the Polish pair, to be honest with you.
100. Wales require 88.
Well, he's got some options now. Went for 48 tops. A little strange, but he's just trying to leave the tops. And fails to do so.
115.
That was really quite a mess there, Richie. Not what you needed to settle your partner
99.
down. Because now he has to go 19 for tops.
And now it's Mark Webster's turn to try and hit a double. Well, would you believe it? Would you believe it? He missed 13 darts to win his singles match. And that will settle him down. It'll be a different Mark Webster from now, I believe.
Well, yeah, and in an odd way, Richie hitting the 1 on his last dart to leave 59 rather than tops.
60.
I think that settled Mark down a bit because you get to throw that just 1 dart to hit the single, and then you follow the next dart into the double. Just a little easier sometimes if you have some doubt.
And a huge weight off Webster's shoulders as well.
30.
Too much weight off. Too relaxed. Too much relief in his. He was too relaxed in those darts, and that can happen. You get a big moment, and then just sort of the energy leaves your body, and as you exhale, and the concentration goes.
$100.
Poland looking to reach the quarterfinals of the World Cup of Darts for the very first time. Wales hoping
60.
to reach the last 8 for the 4th consecutive World Cup tournament.
$137.
That's a good solid turn, making up for that 30 he opened with. But that, you know, what it does is it makes Richie a little more at ease, and now Richie can be aggressive and think, okay, I won 40 here, and my partner can take it out, and we get a break.
But Wales used their get-out-of-jail-free card against France in the first round. It looks like they've pulled another one from the pack, doesn't it?
140.
Just missed a 180, got the 140 I was talking about. That was his goal. And Webster, he can walk up and probably just go for treble 18 and tops.
60. Wales require 94.
That big out there that Poland just left, that frees up Webster to go for the 18s. And that's exactly what he's done. Now 2 darts for tops. I guess he worked out where it is, back in the practice room while he was waiting for his hopefully other chance.
Wales to throw first. Game on.
It's a strange old game.
Well, they got half the legs they need. But in this short best of 7 format, anything could happen still. You're just not done until you're done.
81.
Mark Webster, 13 missed darts to win his match, his singles match against Krzysztof Chmielewski. He's had 2 darts at tops in this match and hit them both.
58.
Australia or Hong Kong await in Sunday's quarterfinals.
140.
Well, Richie really has been fantastic today in both his singles match and so far in this match.
85.
Really digging deep and getting big scores. Really doing the job for Wales.
Well, this is, I mean, you mentioned it right at the outset about the perfect
60.
team, the perfect team play, and that's how it's turned out. So it seems for Wales.
And certainly Webster was
140.
played a lot of great shots today. No, not playing poorly by any means. Just had the blip on the radar there, and that's why they are a team. You know, there's faith between
81.
the two of them.
Wales require 139. 87. Poland require 118.
Capable of this. Needs treble 20. I never like when on 118 you go for
38.
treble 18. You
Wales
move yourself
require 52.
to the bowl, 14 to the bowl. It doesn't make much sense to me, but nonetheless, it's 12 for double top for 3-0. Double 10.
42.
Yes, Richie's
80.
thinking we have it all so easily set up. Don't make it awkward. Now, speaking of awkward, 85 the first start, so now 25 in bowl, but the bowl comes too early.
No score.
Well, he's busted.
Wales
He hit the
require
double
10.
19. He's made an awful mess of that. The last dart was thrown in frustration. Webster. No. Now, busting his
6.
score,
Poland require
the
80.
carelessness of that has made it difficult for Chmielewski.
But it's still a simple 2 singles, but only 1 dart.
60.
Tops. No.
Wales require 4.
Tension at the World Cup of Darts. Richie looking at double 2 to take Wales close to victory.
Games on the
Good
third
dart.
leg.
What a
2-1.
good dart.
Well, I was
Fourth leg is Poland to throw first.
when I got here
Hang
today,
on.
I saw Richie outside, and we were having a little laugh about yesterday and how on the double 10 he hit the loop of the double 10. He was telling me, and I said, "Yeah, I saw that. I thought you were going to hit the next dart in." And when he missed that double
100.
1 by so much there, it reminded me when I said that. And sure enough, he had the perfect marker 3 inches away and put it in the double 1. What a great shot!
60.
Another great response from the pole, so they won't go away. They need to win 4 straight legs. I don't know if they realize it.
Well, they won 4 out of 5 to beat Finland.
84.
You would think that Burnett and Webster have too much in their armoury here.
Once again, Burnett comes up big there.
43.
You can't underestimate how much pressure was on that last dart. And he had no help at all from that first dart. It was laughable, and he overcame it in his own mind. And really deserves a few pats on the back if Wales survive this.
80.
Well, frustrating for Webster, but deserves praise for the way he's courageously hit some crucial doubles in this deciding match.
81.
Oh yes, he's played well for the most part, but that Stróżyk played very strongly against Burnett early on.
95.
A situation where they could have knocked Wales right out, and Burnett bore the full brunt of that pressure, and he has again in this match with that double one just to make it 3-0 instead of 2-1. But now it's 3-1. You want to hold your throw here if you're Webster and Burnett. Otherwise, all the nerves will be tingling pretty soon. If the Poles can manage a break here, it will certainly erupt into some sweating on stage.
134.
Oh, lovely switch to the treble 19. Well, you're right, Poland just won't go away.
100.
One thing's for sure, Chmielewski and Stróżyk wouldn't be out of place on the Ali Pali stage. I wonder if we'll see one of them there in December.
This place is coming alive now, and it's very loud and distracting at these crucial moments, and that's where the experience of Burnett and Webster is going to really help them. You would think.
40.
All of a sudden, it's become very interesting again, especially after that dart from Stróżyk.
99.
But he hasn't left a finish. Neither has Webster.
Oh, you just yanked that last dart. And, he could have left Richie 160 just with a single 20, and certainly capable of taking it out if he gets the chance, but he doesn't. Poland will get a chance at 68 to break Wales and stay in the match. And Richie not getting much pressure on it.
You just never know.
44.
3-0 up Wales.
68.
16 or 8, and it's tops.
How
cool was he there? Stróżyk just slams that finish in like there's not a bother in the world if he hits it or not.
We have a game on.
100.
Oh, what a crucial third dart for pressure now. I mean, the 60, you're thinking, okay, we can jump back and clean it up here and win. But the Poles sending the message, you'll have to earn the win, even now.
100.
Looked a little worried, Richie.
100.
Oh, Richie's thinking, I stood in here and we've done a lot. We're still alive, and these guys are doing the same right back to me. So we just have to outlast them a little longer.
60.
Well, that was a spectacular lurch with his last dart there. Well,
60.
only 60, but still don't want to call this one, John.
$57.
It's certainly looking like forcing this to the last leg with a 180, leaving 61. The Wales are 284. Hard to see any other scenario now than a deciding leg.
Well, you've got to say Stróżyk has been brilliant in this
84.
game.
Brother 61.
Double 18.
43.
Yeah, I saw Stróżyk drinking some water there, and I'm thinking, well, it seems like he's got ice water in his veins. He's that cool and just executing the shots ruthlessly.
100. On you require 18.
to take the tie to a deciding leg. It all comes down to one-legged dance for a place in the quarter-final of the World Cup of Darts.
Well, there's one guy on that stage right now of the four of them, that's Stróżyk, and he's got all the confidence in the world.
Wow, that's incredible. He's been way off the pace by his own very high standards, but when it really, really matters, Mark Webster produces his best 3 darts of the entire tie.
And that'll spur on Richie. Richie will come right in behind there. Quality darts, just missing.
100.
Good effort, though, to make sure of a ton. Maintain that big gap.
They won a deciding leg against France. Can they do it again here?
140.
Well, there's Stróżyk again, 140.
Yeah.
Wales probably fortunate he didn't get a 180. But there's a blip.
55.
He would have expected to be on a finish from 2-2-1, but not.
Oh, this is remarkable!
140.
They're back in the leg!
You know, he just glanced at the scores after his second dart to see if he needed to do a different single or something, and that cost him the stroke of the 180. You should know where you are before you get up there, and if you hit the first 2 trebles.
54.
Only 54 from Burnett to follow 55.
Well, this guy's in phenomenal form. 19 to leave tops.
139.
I'll tell you what, it's one of the best performances we've seen individually in a World Cup match from Stróżyk. But after the woes that Webster suffered, he can win it here for the Welsh. Amazing finish from Mark Webster. He missed 13 darts to win his singles match. And he started this leg with a 180. He finished it with 112 checkouts. That bottle, young man. Wow, Wales win in a deciding leg.
Yes, absolutely. Great heart there, more than anything. Loads of talent on both teams there. But heart, everything there. It's a sad day for Poland that they have to go out because they really deserve to go on, I think, too.
Well, the Welsh celebrate another dramatic victory to go through to the quarter-finals. And this is what we've seen so far this afternoon. Northern Ireland and Belgium, very, very confident winners against Japan and Austria. Belgium didn't drop a single leg against the Austrians. Mark Webster showing nerves of tungsten steel to win a deciding leg in the doubles. Singapore against South Africa still to come. Look at tonight. The top 4 seeds all in action. Australia and Hong Kong. The winners of that will play Wales. Scots take on Sweden. England, USA will be a cracker, as will Netherlands against Spain. Well, what a game. Mark Webster missed 13 match darts. Chmielewski with the win. Burnett keeping Wales in it. The Poles had left tops to knock out the Welsh. And 112 finish from Mark Webster.